Hey guys, what's up? Ben here from NoCode In this video, I'm going to show you how to build this effect I call bubble button, which is actually a hover effect that looks like a bubble exploding in multiple small bubbles when I hover over a link. We're going to have to play with Webflow Interactions to build that, but it's pretty straightforward, so don't worry. Let's get started. Just a quick reminder before we start this tutorial. If you want to visit the live preview of this component or clone it directly into Webflow, I put all the links in the description, so go check it out. So before we jump into Webflow, let's first have a look at what's going on when I play with this bubble button. So as you can see, when I hover over the link, the green circle around my arrow here looks like it's a bubble exploding in multiple small bubbles. So it's a small interaction that could give a little touch of fun into your project. And it's not really hard to do, so yeah. Let's jump into Webflow. So as usual, I divided my project in two parts. So the top part here is the template, where I have my finished component. And the bottom part is where I'm going to rebuild this bubble button. So let's first have a look at the structure of the template. So we start with a link block. It's a link where I can click and go to another page, so I need a link block to do that. Inside this link block, I have two div blocks. Inside the first div block, I have a text and another div block, which is the underline for the text. And in my second div block here, I have the div block, which is the green background, the green circle. I have an image, which is the arrow. And then I have 8 div blocks, which are the small bubbles exploding when I hover over the link. So yeah, let's build this in my new project. So let's start with the link block. So let's go grab a link block here in my element panel. Close this. I'm gonna select it's here, link block. Give it a class name of link. Let's style it like the template. So in the template, here's my link block. In the template, I need a display flexbox, horizontal, align center, justify this one. Let's do this one. So I need a display flex, align center, justify here, space between. Okay, what else? I need a width of 120, position relative. Okay, this I'll do it later, so go back to my new project. I need a width of 120, position relative. Go back to my template. Okay, font weight 500, 1820, black, no decoration. 1820, 500. So the font is good. I need a weight of 500, size is 18, height 20. This color, I'm going to force it to black. And the decoration, none. Okay, go back to my template. That's it. Yeah, okay. So we're good to go with the styling of the link block. So inside this link block, what do I have? I have, if I close those, I have 2 div blocks. Let's go grab those 2 div blocks. One, so here's my first one, and then copy paste to get the second one. So inside my first div block, what do I have? I have a text block and a div block. So I select my first div block here. I go get the text block. It's here. And a div block. Okay, let's style this one. So this div block here, I'm gonna give it a class name of text wrapper. Text wrapper. Okay, what is the styling in the template? So we are here in the text wrapper template. So I need a display flex, direction vertical, align, center, justify, top. And that's it. Okay. So here's my new text wrapper. I need display flex, align vertical, center, top. Was it vertical or yes? Okay, we're good. Now the text block here. So isn't anything special? I don't think, but let's just name it here text. Okay. And then the underline here, what do we need? We need the margin of top -4, width of 100%, height 3 pixels, and the color of green, this green here. So I'm going to copy this code here. So -4, 100%, 3 pixels. So here's my div block here. I'm going to give it a class name of underline text. So I need the width, margin of -4, width of 100%, the height of 3 pixels, and I need a background color of this green I copied. Yes, here's the green. Okay, if I go back to the template, I think we're good. Yes. Okay, so we are good with those styling here. Let's have a look at the second div block in my template. So inside this div block called arrow wrapper, I have a first div block, then an image, then 8 div blocks. So let's go get that. A div block. Here's my first div block, then an image. So I need an image. Close this. So as you can see here, the image went inside the div block, but we want it to go inside this div block here. So yeah. Let's grab those. Yeah, one more. I mean, actually we can copy this div block here and paste it 8 times. So it's there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have here my 8 div blocks. Okay, let's style those elements. So this div block here is actually the arrow wrapper. So I'm gonna select it, give it a name of arrow wrapper, and let's have a look in the template how I need to style it. So I need to put display flex, horizontal, align center, justify center. So here's my new div block, display flex, horizontal, center, center. Then what else? I need a width of 30 pixels, height 30 pixels, position relative. So width of 30, height 30, position relative. Then that's it. Okay, so we're good with the styling of the arrow wrapper. Then the first div block here, so it's the arrow wrapper background. Any styling here? Yes, we need some absolute positioning and color background and radius. Okay, so here's my first div block. It's the one I'm gonna call arrow wrapper background. Okay, so if I go back to the template, what do I need? I need a position absolute, 0, 0, 0, I need the color of this green here. I'm going to copy, and radius 50%. Okay, so I need position absolute 0, 0, 0. So let's put 0 everywhere. Yeah, 0, 0, 0, another 0, please. Yes. I need the background color of this green here, and the radius 50 pixels. Okay, that was it for the background. I think, yes, the arrow wrapper background, we are good. Okay, so we're good here. Now the image. So the image is the arrow. So I'm going to select here my image, yeah, call it arrow, and go to here in the settings, choose image, and I pick up my arrow. So here it is. Okay, now let's give it the styling. So if I go to my template here, here's my arrow. Let's have a look at the styling I need to. So position relative, z index 1, and that's it. Okay, easy. So go back to my arrow here. I just need position relative, z index 1. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So next one is bubble 1. So bubble 1 to bubble 8, we're gonna see it's pretty similar styling. So, but we just need the width and height different. But the color, background color is gonna be the same. Radius is gonna be the same. What we're gonna do is style the first one and then duplicate the class and just modify the width and height of each div block. So the first bubble, what do I need? I need a width of, I need a width of width of 10 pixels, height 10 pixels, position absolute. So I select my first div block here. I'm gonna call it bubble 1, and width of 10, height of 10, position absolute. Okay, what else? In my template, I need the color green, so copy this again, and the radius of 50 pixels. So color is green and the radius is 50 pixels. Okay, I think we're good. Just to make sure before we copy paste it, we have the color, we have this, nothing on hover, good. So what I'm gonna do now is select my second div block here, give it a class name of bubble 1 here, but then I'm gonna duplicate the class and rename it bubble 2. So now I can change this one without changing the bubble 1 because it's two different classes. So bubble 2, I need a width of 6 and 6, and all the rest is the same. So bubble 2, I need 6 and 6. Bubble 3, how much? 12 and 12. So here I am in my new div block. I give it a class of bubble 1 or 2, doesn't matter. Select the 2, I duplicate the class, I rename it bubble 3 and give it a width of 12 and 12. Okay, 4, 5 and 5. So it's the same. You select one of those, you duplicate, you rename, no, 4, oops. 4, come on. Yeah, 4, yes. And how much was that? 3 and 3, I think. No, 5 and 5. Okay, 5 and 5. Bubble 5. 9 and 9. So bubble, duplicate 5, 9, 9. So bubble 6, 13, 13. There is my new div block. Bubble, whatever, duplicate, I rename bubble 6, 13, 13. Okay, bubble 7, 8 and 8. Bubble, I duplicate, I rename. How much was this one? Sorry, I don't remember. 8 and 8. 8, 8. And the last one, bubble 8, is 14, 14. Last div block. I duplicate, I rename 14, 14. Good, so we are done with the styling, and we just we can replace this text here just to make it like the template. So start now. Okay, the arrow is a little bit bigger than the one in the template. That's because here, if I go to the template, I go to settings, I can see the width is 19, and mine I didn't give any width. So let's give it a width of 19. Here you go. It looks the same. Let's for the template, for the video template, I'm going to place here this button in the center just to make it more visual. So to do that, I select my section here, my new section. I go to styling and give it a class of flex, align center, center. So now my button is in the middle. Okay, we have the same styling, the same button. Now we can go and jump into the Webflow interaction. So as you can see here, I have a small icon. That means the interaction is on my link block here. So let's have a look at what's going on. Select my link block, interactions. So I have a mouse hover interaction. On hover, I have here this interaction. What's going on there? So I want my underline text. So the underline, I want it to go opacity 0. Before I hover, I don't want to see it, which is logical. Then when I hover, I want the underline to go 100% opacity. I want my arrow wrapper, so I want my green circle here to scale to 1.2. So I want it to scale up. And then I want my bubble I want my bubble 88877. So I want all my bubbles basically to scale down, to go opacity 0, and to move to like a new position on X and Y. So every bubble has a different, the scale and the opacity is the same for every bubble. We want opacity to go to 0, and we want the scale to go to 0.1. But what's different is the move here. The move for every bubble, we have different coordinates on X and Y to make it go like every direction. If I go to preview here, I can see my bubbles, they go some they go this way, some they go the other way. So to do that, we need to set different X and Y coordinates on the move. So it's going to be quite repetitive to build all this, but yeah, it's the way to do it. And last, we want the arrow wrapper, so we want the green circle here to scale back to 1 after all my bubbles are gone. Okay, let's do this. So I select my link block. Here's my link block. No, close this one. Always have to close. So select my link block, and that's the one where I want to create a new interaction. So element trigger, I want a mouse hover. On hover, I want to start an animation, create a new animation. I'm going to call it hover on link. And first, I wanted my underline to go down to opacity 0 before I start hovering my mouse over the link. So to do that, I select my underline text, click the plus. I want it to opacity, go to opacity 0% as initial state. Before I start the animation, I want to go opacity 0%. So we don't see it when before I place my mouse over it. We don't want to see it. Okay, that's good for the underline. Then I wanted my so this underline here. Once I place my mouse, so when I start hovering, I want it to show it. So I select here my the same element on the plus. I want the opacity to go to 100%. I think quite quick, so let's put 0.2. We'll have a look later in the template. If I preview, that looks all right. Okay, then I wanted here the bubble, the big circle, the green circle. I want this to scale up to 1.2. So I'm going to select my arrow wrapper. That's the green circle. And I want to scale to 1.2. The duration I don't remember, but that was I think it's pretty quick. I think we'll put 0.2. How does it look? Yeah. Let's go to the templates. Let's have a look. Okay, I have to close this one first. Template, mouse hover, interaction. So opacity was 0.15 and 0.15. Okay, 0.15, 0.15 for the both interactions. So here is my new one. Opacity, it's not 0.2, it's 0.15. And arrow wrapper, 0.15. Okay, now let's close this one and have a look at the bubbles in the template. So as you can see here, I have a lot of interactions for all my bubbles. So basically I have 3 different interactions for each bubble. If I look at, for example, here bubble 8, so I have 3 steps. First step is opacity. I want the opacity to go to 0%. Then I want the scale to go to 0.1. And then I want to move my bubble to some coordinates here, 42x and 23y. And every bubble has the same opacity 0%, the same scaling to 0.1, but the move is different for each bubble. So that's why I don't want to go back and forth all the time between the template and a new project. It's going to take forever. So I built here a node where I have all the different settings for each bubble, so that I don't have to go to the template. I can go to this node and set everything like the template for my new project. So yeah, okay, let's do this. Close this one. I go to my link, mouse hover here, hover on link. So I need a new step, which is for bubble 1. So I want first opacity here. So the delay was 0.1. So 100 milliseconds after my arrow wrapper is scaling up and my underline is opacity 100%, I want to start to animate the bubbles. So bubble 1 in the notes, bubble 1 opacity 0.4 seconds to 0.4 seconds duration here, so 0.4, and opacity 0%. What else? scale in 0.3 seconds. So I want my bubble 1 here to scale in 0.3 seconds. I want it to scale down to 0.1. And then I want it to move in 0.3 seconds, minus 17 on X and minus 29 on Y. So I want it to move in 0.3 minus, how much was it? 0.17 and 0.29. No, minus 17, sorry, and minus 21. And here the easing, we're gonna use the out circ to make it, yeah, make it look nice. Okay, so that's it for the bubble 1. Now let's do it for the bubble 2 here. So bubble 2 at the same time, so always delay 0.1 here. I want the opacity once again to go to 0% in 0.4 seconds. So here 0.4. I want to scale down to 0.1, duration 0.3, okay, and I want to move, go back to the note, I want to move in 0.3, I want 28 on X, minus 9 on Y. So 0.3, 28, minus 9. Okay. And don't forget to set ease out circ. So all my move transform, I want them to have an easing of out circ to make them look nice. Okay, bubble 3 plus opacity 0%, 0.5 in 0.5 seconds, so we're good. Then the scaling is going to be in 0.5. So scale, always 0.1, 0.5 duration is good. Then the last step is move. If I go back to my note here, I want to move in 0.5, 41x, 6y. 41, 6. Good. If I preview, yeah, I'll start to see my bubbles animating. Bubble 4 plus opacity 0. Bubble 4 here, so opacity in 0.4 seconds. 0.4 seconds. Then I want to scale down to 0.1. Duration, how much was the duration? 0.4. And I also want to move, go to my note, in 0.4 seconds I want to move 18 on X, 23 on Y. 18, 23. Okay. Bubble 5. Opacity 0% in 0.5. Okay, 0.5, 0.5. So opacity 0% in 0.5. Then I want to scale down to 0.1 in 0.5. Okay, and I want to move in 0.5. I want to move 27 and 20. 27 and 20. Okay, bubble 5, bubble 6. Opacity 0%. Bubble 6 here in 0.05, 0.5. Okay. Scale 0.5. Okay. Scale 0.1. And move 0.4. Move 0.4, 34 minus 25. 34 minus 25. Oops, I forgot this one. Outcirc, I think I forgot it for, yeah, here. Outcirc, bubble 4. Outcirc, bubble 3. Outcirc. I think bubble 2, I did it, yeah. Don't forget all the move transform have to have outcirc easing. Okay, bubble 6 done. Bubble 7 plus opacity 0%. Bubble 03, 03, 03. Okay. So duration 03. Then I want to scale down to 0.1. Duration 03. And I want to move 0.3, easing outcirc. I want to move -8 on X, 31 on Y. -8, 31. Outcirc 03, good. And the last bubble, still opacity 0%. Duration, how much was the duration? 0.45, 0.45, 0.45. Okay, easy. So 0.45, 0%. Scale 0.1, 0.45. And then I want to move 0.45, easing outcirc. 42 on X, 23 on Y. 42 on X, 23 on Y. Yeah, outcirc. So now if I go to the preview here, we should have, yeah, some, so it's only on hover, so I have to leave the preview here every time. It's a bit lagging when you're in the Webflow Designer, but on the website it doesn't lag. It's good, looks good. Okay, so this is good. We are, I think, no, there is one last step. If I go, so this is done with the bubble. If I go back to my template, I go to my interaction in the template here. After all the bubbles, I have a last step here at 0.2. I want my arrow wrapper, so the big green circle, to scale down to 1. To make it scale back to the normal size. So at 0.2, duration 0.25 is out. I want to scale back to 1. So 0.2, 0.25 is out. Close this. Hover on. I select my arrow wrapper. I want to add 0. So here's the plus. So I want to scale. Not delay 0.1. I want 0.2. In 0.25 is out. I want to scale back to 1. Okay, so we are done with the hover on interaction. Now let's go to the template. Let's have a look at the hover out interaction. So the hover out interaction, it's basically all the steps with the bubble. I want to move, like, scale back to 1, opacity back to 100%, and move back to initial position here. All this in 0. Yes, opacity 0.15. Okay, so only this, the underlined text has a duration of 0.15. For the rest is duration 0, all of them. So what I'm gonna do is duplicate. Actually, I don't want to like select again all the bubbles. So I'm gonna close this one, go to my link, mouse hover, and on hover out, I want to start an animation, and I'm gonna duplicate the hover on. Here is my duplicate. select it, rename it hover out link, and I'm gonna just delete a few steps I don't need. So this one I don't need, this one I don't need, this one I don't scale, yes, no, this one I don't need. So I just need those. This one I don't need. So all the bubbles, and I need one where the background here, no, the underline is opacity here, opacity 0%, duration 0.15. Okay, delay was, no, it's 0. Okay, so bubble 1, I want to change the delay to 0. So all the bubbles, I want to change the delay to 0, duration 0, and opacity back to normal. So 0, duration 0, opacity normal is 100%. Bubble 8 move, 0, 0, back to 0. Initial position is, everything is 0. The scale, so delay 0, 0, scale back to 1. Bubble 8, opacity 0, 0, 100%, 0, 0, 0, back to initial position for the bubble 7, scale back to 1, 0, 0 as well, opacity bubble 7, 0 delay, 0 duration, opacity 100%, 100%. Bubble 6 move, delay 0, duration 0, back to 0 and 0, back to initial position. Bubble 6 scale 0, no, scale is 1, initial scale is 1. Bubble 6 opacity 0, 0, 100%. Bubble 5 move 0, 0, initial position on X, initial position on Y. Bubble 5 scale 0, 0, and scale, initial scale is 1. Bubble 5 opacity 0, 0, opacity 100%. Bubble 4 0, 0, all the initial position. Bubble 4 scale 0, 0, 1, opacity 0, 0, 100%. Bubble 3 delay 0, 0, 0, 0. It's very repetitive, but it's what we have to do to get this small animation going. Scale of bubble 3 is back to 1. The opacity is 100%, 0. Bubble 2, almost done. So 0, initial position is 0, 0, 0, 0. Bubble 2 scale, 0, 0, scale back to 1. Opacity 0, 0, opacity 100. And the bubble 1 finally 0, 0, 0, 0. And the scale of the bubble 1 is back to 1. Okay, we should be done with the hover out. Let's preview here in the designer. That's it. So if I look at my template, and here's my new project, exactly the same. So that's it for this tutorial. I know it was a bit repetitive on the interaction part where we have to create steps for every single bubble, but that's what you're going to do to create this small animation. As a reminder, if you want to visit the live preview of this bubble button or clone it directly into Webflow, you can click on the links in the description. And if you want to find more Webflow components and tutorials, go visit nocodetribe.com. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel to get all the new Webflow tutorials. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao, ciao.